Everybody, as soon as y'all come in the building, smash that like button. This is all the proof that I need. Shout out to Marc Agnifilo and shout out to all of Diddy Glover's other lawyers. You know, a win is a win, guys. Like I told y'all, after me seeing the trial and how it went, I cannot sit here in front. I can't. You know what I'm saying? And Diddy Glover is already letting everybody know that he plans to pack out Madison Square Gardens. Ladies and gentlemen, Diddy said, "Look, I'm coming back, and I'm going back on the stage." And I want to tell y'all how I feel about that. You know what I mean? Of course, I bursted out laughing when I first heard it. You know, I've bursted out laughing. You know what I'm saying? But to me, wake up fully charged. It's not far fetched. Diddy Glover could possibly pack Madison Square Garden. And motherfuckers probably think, Jamil, you lost your mind. Salute this Relic 187 in the building. Pure Survival. Sister 1973. You know what I'm saying? You know, ever since Marc Agnifilo, Diddy's lawyer, said that Diddy plans to make a comeback, he planned to hit the stage, everybody was like, hell no. You know, Diddy ain't gonna get back on nobody's stage. Who gonna go to a Diddy Glover's Freak Off concert? But to me personally, I feel like the reason why Diddy Glover's concert will be packed, love your channel. Thank you so much. The reason why I feel that Diddy Glover's concert will be packed, people would just want to go just to see the wild shit. Salute to my baby in the building, pure survival. People would go to Diddy's concert just to see some wild stuff. You know what I mean? Like I was talking to my woman. I was like, baby, would you go to Diddy Glover's Freak Off concert if he does Madison Square Garden? And I knew what she was going to say. She said yes. But it's her being smart. It's her common sense that's saying yes. She's not saying, oh, baby, we're going to go to Diddy Glover's concert because he want to make a comeback because we're big fans and we can't wait to sing Diddy Glover's freak off music. That's not the case. What the case is, she know, like I know, it's going to be so much content out there at a Diddy Glover's concert. Even Diddy Glover's lawyers said that they're going to be in the front row at Diddy Glover's freak off concert. I think Diddy will pack Madison Square Garden because we all want to go and we want to get this shit on camera. I want to hear if Diddy bring a man out and start lap dancing, like have a man come lap dance on him. Like if Diddy do something real crazy to where he can touch the LBG community, I think they're going to love Diddy Glover. I think Diddy will pack Madison Square Gardens just because we want to see the weird, wild, crazy shit. You know what I mean? At a Diddy Glover's concert. That's the only reason why we're going. But Marc Agnifilo, everything he says in this interview, I feel like it proves that Diddy Glover is going to get time served. He said he not even worried about Donald Trump's pardon. He said he not even worried about the pardon. He's only focused on getting Diddy the best sentence, and the best sentence is time served. Smash that like button, everybody. This exclusive.
How are you? I'm well. I'm well. Thank you for taking the time. Like I said, I know you've been
Thank you for coming to my office.
incredibly busy, and there was a moment in the beginning where you were able to speak to some of us reporters, and then very early on, it was clear. I think our last interview was me walking and talking with you, and you just talking about the defense that you were building, and that was it. After that,
Yeah, we were pretty shut down during the trial by design. You know, we had asked the judge actually for a little bit of a gag order, and the judge gave it to us, so we had to and wanted to sort of abide by that and kind of keep it.
And we never knew that Diddy Glover and his defense team had a gag order at the trial. Did you know that, sweetheart?
No, I didn't know that.
I've never knew that they had a gag order. So with certain things that they couldn't say at Diddy Glover's trial. But this is proof right here, y'all. Like he not even worrying about that pardon. He worried about the October 3rd.
Oh, out of the press, I mean, try the case in the courtroom, which we feel that we did.
So, of course, I want to start with July 2nd.
Okay.
You go up to the microphone. There's about a dozen microphones there. Everyone's smiling.
Right.
You step up first. You're the lead attorney for this case.
Mm-hmm.
Today is a great victory. It's a great victory for Sean Combs. It's a great victory for the jury system. You said you saw this coming.
Yeah. I saw.
Now you see this? The man said that he saw this coming. Do y'all think that somebody was paid off? Was this planned? Diddy Glover's lawyer said that he already knew that he was going to beat the case. Like he already knew. Like we got this in the bucket. This is a slam dunk. So if he knew that, then I'm pretty sure that he knows that Diddy's about to get time served. It's not about the pardon.
A dozen microphones there. Everyone's smiling.
Right.
You step up first. You're the lead attorney for this case.
Mm-hmm.
Today is a great victory. It's a great victory for Sean Combs. It's a great victory for the jury system. You said you saw this coming.
Yeah. I saw it coming.
That morning.
I did. I saw it coming. I saw it coming that morning. When the jury said that they had verdicts on counts 2, 3, 4, and 5, but not on count 1, I thought that it must be that they split on the Mann acts on the one side and then the sex trafficking on the other side, because it would have been all the way one or the other. They would have agreed, I think, on the racketeering.
See, so he's saying if it would have been the sex trafficking, the whole thing, they would have voted differently. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, everybody's invested in Donald Trump and Donald Trump's toupee pardoning Diddy Glover. They're not worrying about that. Marc is like, I'm going to get Diddy out on October 3rd. This is what it's all about. And they basically saying that the judge, this is why he keeps denying Diddy Glover's freak off bail, because he knows that he's not going to give Diddy no time October 3rd, y'all. Y'all can say I'm delusional all y'all want, but he's saying in so many words in this interview. Smash that like button.
One side and then the sex trafficking on the other side, because it would have been all the way one or the other. They would have agreed, I think, on the racketeering conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
So my guess was that they convicted him of the prostitution, the Mann Act counts, and acquitted on the sex trafficking.
Take me back to just that moment, because I've heard you talk about how you didn't really sleep a lot during this trial.
True.
And that you typically don't sleep a lot to begin with. But what went into this case? It had to be, I'm sure, the most publicized in the 35 years that you've been practicing law.
True. Yes, definitely the most publicized of my entire career.
So Diddy Glover's freak off trial was his biggest case in his whole entire career. And y'all got to admit, put a 1 in the chat if Marc did a good job on Diddy's trial. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all think he did a terrible job. If you don't put a 1 in the chat, you're lying, because Marc did his thing, pure survival. And this was his biggest trial. This is his Diddy Glover's freak off joint was the biggest case that he ever had, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And y'all got to give it to him. The man didn't even bring no paperwork or nothing. So you don't think I think that he going to get him out on time served? I don't care who get mad. It's funny as hell to me. You know what I'm saying?
Because I've heard you talk about how you didn't really sleep a lot during this trial.
True.
And that you typically don't sleep a lot to begin with. But what went into this case? It had to be, I'm sure, the most publicized in the 35 years that you've been practicing law.
True. Yes, definitely the most publicized of my entire career, by a long way. I mean, Ranieri was publicized, Martin Shkreli was publicized. I've been blessed to have a lot of cases that people care about, but nothing close to this. And the press was every little thing. I mean, I thought the press was very aware of what was going on in the courtroom. They covered it very closely. I thought they covered it actually fairly accurately. And so...
And I got to meet Marc Agnifilo. You know what I'm saying? Because I was definitely at the trial. You know what I'm saying? Me and my baby was there. You already know it. We did videos. We went live. You know what I'm saying? But I got to meet him, and he was slick, slob, real cool dude, real confident. You know what I'm saying? And it sounds like he's still confident that he's going to get Diddy Glover out. Y'all got to get them lights up.
There's a tremendous amount of preparation, a lot of pressure trying to keep the team together, a lot of pressure because, Sean Combs, I believed in my heart that he was innocent. The prosecution's tricky, but we're still sort of fighting that. And so there's a lot of pressure to win. And that's what this was all about.
For people who were not inside the courtroom, there was cheering, praying, celebration. There was a moment where Combs had his hand up, and in real time, we're watching as a decision is made and he's not going to speak. It seemed like he wanted to say something in that moment. Is that true, or what was going on?
I think he did. I think he wanted to speak to the judge. I think he's not someone who's used to people speaking on his behalf.
And y'all see that? So Diddy Glover really, honestly wanted to speak on his own behalf. Did you hear that, sweetheart? Like, remember when it was like, Diddy, is Diddy going to testify on his own behalf? It makes sense that Marc is saying this because Diddy's used to bossing people around. He used to, like, don't nobody tell me what to do. I'm Diddy motherfucking Glover. Pure the Bible. You better go get me some baby oil and go get me some bottles, some fresh bottles right now. So Diddy wanted to speak on his own behalf, but they told him it wasn't a good idea during survival.
Yeah, because remember the first when it all started, Agnifilo said that he wanted to put Diddy on the stand and he's gonna tell everything that happened or something.
Right. Diddy wanted to do that. Yes, that's what he wanted to do.
And in real time, we're watching as a decision is made and he's not going to speak. It seemed like he wanted to say something in that moment. Is that true, or what was going on?
I think he did. I think he wanted to speak to the judge. I think he's not someone who's used to people speaking on his behalf. I think he became Sean Combs, and he built all the things that he built by being the front and center guy. And this was a real adjustment for him. And so I think it's not natural for him to sit back and let others speak on his behalf. But we also told him that was best and that's what was going to happen. And he agreed.
Was this the most challenging case that you've ever tried in your career?
That's a great question. It's up there. I've had missile trafficking, trials.
So this man had all kinds of trials. Y'all got to understand what kind of beast he is. He done dealt with people with missiles, blowing up air helicopters, all kinds of stuff. Actually, worse than Diddy Glover. He's saying that Diddy Glover's trial was one of his biggest ones because of the fame to me, because of Diddy's celebrity. But Marc done dealt with a whole bunch of psychos and serial killers and stuff like that. He done got serial killers off. So y'all better know he gonna get Diddy Glover off.
Tried in your career?
That's a great question. It's up there. I've had missile trafficking, trials. I've had political corruption trials. When I was a prosecutor, I prosecuted serial killer hitmen. So they're all different. This was probably the most difficult in terms of getting the team together. I never had a defense team like in this case, and I was lucky to have such a great group of lawyers. But
from all over the country?
From all over the country. We had Brian Steele and Nicole Westmoreland from Atlanta. Gifted, great lawyers.
And y'all all know that those lawyers was beasts. Can you agree, sweetheart?
Yeah.
They were beasts. And this is crazy, right? Like how he just said, they're all used to doing it by themselves.
Yeah.
Like they're not used to having teams. There ain't nobody participating in that lawyer freak off. You know what I'm saying? So he pretty much had to have a freak off himself by letting these other lawyers join in with him when he's used to doing a one-on-one.
Yeah, Marc Ghost's daughter too. Join, remember?
Yes. So he's used to doing a one-on-one, and he literally said that their pride and their, you know how you feel like, look, I know I'm the shit. Well, you the shit. Well, I'm the shit too.
Yeah.
They had to put their prides to the side to work together, all to help get free Diddy Glover.
Xavier Donaldson, Alexander Shapiro, Jason Driscoll, Anna Esteval, me and Tenny. And so we really had this great group of lawyers, but we needed a leader, and I'm not really a natural leader. I'm just not. I'm a trial lawyer. It's different. It's a different skill set. I've never really tried to be a leader or had to be a leader. I'm a soldier, and I'm proud to be a soldier. So this was a different role, and I had to kind of like step into the role. I mean, I kind of saw my team needed that, and we needed harmony. We needed, we have great lawyers who are used to all being front and center. We all needed, including myself.
Now, do y'all hear this? He said that we needed harmony. So Diddy Glover's freak off lawyers was like the Bone Thugs in Harmony.
Were they a pack of soldiers like the white
And
woman?
and
The white woman?
yeah, the Magnolian soldiers. They was like Master P and them in there. On top of the Bone Thugs in Harmony. They was in that motherfucker. Boom, 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 boom. We gonna free everybody. We gonna free everybody.
A leader or had to be a leader. I'm a soldier, and I'm proud to be a soldier. So this was a different role, and I had to kind of like step into the role. I mean, I kind of saw my team needed that, and we needed harmony. We needed, we have great lawyers who are used to all being front and center. We all needed, including myself. Right. We have to leave our egos at the door. We have to do what's best for Mr. Combs. And so that was challenging. And then, the government was very well prepared. They had 6 outstanding prosecutors. I mean, it's a marquee case for what many say is the best prosecutor's office maybe in the world, the Southern District of New York. And this is probably their biggest case of the, not so new century.
See, and look, Marc Nefelifio, he's not even a hater. He's not even a hater. Shout out to Miss Pamela Glingo in the building. Mark is not even a hater. He said that the feds had a good defense team. You guys was good. Y'all was okay, but y'all just wasn't on our level. Y'all just wasn't on our level. And they're going to have a Halloween freak-off celebration. He said he's going to Diddy's concert and he's sitting in the front row. Diddy is going to sell out Madison Square Garden. Bible guys, get your damn tickets and get your popcorn because we all going to be in the building. Oh, I want to record this shit. That's what we're going for, guys. We are going for the damn content. Everybody just want to say, oh, nobody's going to go. Who's going to buy tickets? It's going to be crazy to see Diddy actually being free on stage. Imagine what may come out his mouth. Pure survival. You think TMZ and all these other news people gonna miss that because people gonna feel like, oh, why you gonna go see Diddy? Diddy is everybody's gonna get paid just by the footage and the things that you get with Diddy. People keep thinking, oh, Diddy ain't gonna make a comeback. I'm not gonna buy a Diddy CD. But anything he does in the public, oh, I'm going to react to it. Pills of awful. You know what I'm talking about? It's probably going to be baby oil stains all in the concert. It's going to be slippery as shit on stage. King Kong going to come out there. Yeah, see that? Y'all was thinking that my dad was never going to make a comeback. And now my dad is on stage and everybody come because they want to let my dad. My dad had the best music that y'all ever seen, and he returned, and now he home, and everybody at Madison Square Garden could come see my dad.
For what many say is the best prosecutor's office maybe in the world, the Southern District of New York, and this is probably their biggest case of the not so new century. And so it was high stakes. It's it's Game 7 in Yankee Stadium, and so it's pressure.
The stakes are still high. Presently,
True.
Just this week, the judge, Arun Subramanian, said no to bail. Second time that he's done this.
It's true.
How many times have you sought bail for Sean Combs?
So I've counted because I've never been 0 for 5 in a case in my career, and I've tried to get bail for Mr. Combs 5 times, and I'm 0 for 5.
Wow, smash that like button, y'all. Did y'all hear that? We all thought that Diddy Glover got his bond denied 4 times. Come to find out, Diddy Glover's bond was denied 5 times. Did you know that, sweetheart?
No, I did not know that. Dang, 5 times?
Yeah, I didn't know that either. He must have snuck and asked for bond without people knowing. Because I thought it was only 4 times publicly, pure Bible. So Mark is like, look, we got our bond denied 4 times. You know what I mean? We got Donald Trump and Donald Trump's toupee talking about pardoning Diddy, but we don't even care. You know what I'm saying? If the judge denied his bond 5 times, oh, he's getting time served. Mark is telling all. Y'all gotta pay attention what he's saying. It's making sense. Y'all gotta smash that like button, guys.
Arun Subramanian said no to bail. Second time that he's done this.
Sure.
How many times have you sought bail for Sean Combs?
So I've counted because I've never been 0 for 5 in a case in my career, and I've tried to get bail for Mr. Combs 5 times, and I'm 0 for 5. So when I made the Yankee Stadium reference, if I was up at bat and 0 for 5, outing is not so great.
Does that hurt you later with sentencing, just because you have made these arguments over and over again, obviously with different judges, but with this judge twice, and more recently, the judge cited evidence of violence and coercion, and said that concerns about Combs' safety, the judge said that he acknowledged the staff had been able to keep him safe even during an incident of threatened violence from an inmate. So in your
Wow.
opinion,
See, so even in prison, guys, Diddy's been being threatened during survival. Now I know y'all don't care about that. But there are men that's been trying to butter Diddy Glover's biscuit. And Diddy's been saying, no, I don't want that. And inmates are saying, yes, we like that, daddy. We heard about you at trial, pure survival, and we know that you like this, daddy. So they're trying to clap Diddy's cheeks. So they're trying to get him in a safe part of the jail. Y'all got to get them likes up.
And more recently, the judge cited evidence of violence and coercion, and said that concerns about Combs' safety, the judge said that he acknowledged the staff had been able to keep him safe even during an incident of threatened violence from an inmate. So in your opinion, you speak to Sean Combs often. What is going on at the Metropolitan Detention Center that you're saying you believe he's in danger?
So he's a very public personality, and it was a very public trial. I think that there is always the risk that some people are going to be envious or jealous, maybe jealous that he might be going home before they
Y'all
do.
hear that? Smash that like button. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all just heard that. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all didn't. Y'all got to get them likes up. We just had 1,200 people in the building. It's going to keep going up and down. But did y'all just hear the fact that Diddy is people are trying to put harm to Diddy in jail because they saw that he beat the feds during survival. They know that Diddy's not going to get a whole bunch of years. You know what I'm saying? And that is true in jail. If dudes will sit there and act like they're your friends and shit while you trying to fight your case or you waiting on the green sheet, soon as the inmates find out that you're going home and they're not going home, oh my God, danger. Did I do that? There's some niggas right there. They're going to be on your top. Like inmates don't want to see you going home. You know what I mean? And they thinking, oh damn, and they was probably the same ones telling Diddy, look, you gonna beat this. This ain't nothing. You just a freaking nasty motherfucker. You just like a little bit of men's sperm on your nipples. This ain't no crime, Diddy. You going home. As soon as he came back and said, look, I did beat the Rico shit. And I only got the prostitution. Now they on Diddy's head in there. So his life and his tasty cakes are in danger. His tasty cakes are in danger during survival. Y'all got to get them likes up, guys. We're surviving Diddy Glover's tasty cakes.
From an inmate. So in your opinion, you speak to Sean Combs often. What is going on at the Metropolitan Detention Center that you're saying you believe he's in danger?
So he's a very public personality, and it was a very public trial. I think that there is always the risk that some people are going to be envious or jealous, maybe jealous that he might be going home before they do. And so, I think it's been more challenging for the
And you see how careful Mark is being? He's letting everybody know Diddy is about to go home. These inmates is trying to unalive him. So he already know Mark goes and sit down with Diddy every day during survival. Diddy is in fairy tale land right now. Not far as him getting out, but Diddy is telling him when he's going to see Diddy every day, Diddy's telling him, I'm making a comeback. I'm going to Madison Square Gardens, Pill the Bible. Got me thinking in my head, damn, well, that's not really far-fetched. If Diddy, you know what I'm saying, really gets time served, I feel like people are going to go to that concert just because it's going to be a uproar. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be so much content to record. The whole LBG community, shout out to y'all, Pure Survival. But I feel like they're going to embrace Diddy Glover, especially if Diddy Glover comes out in a skirt. You don't know what he might do on stage. Pure Survival, sweetheart. Look, think about this. Like all jokes aside, right? Let's say Diddy go do Madison Square Garden, right? And he call his concert the Baby Oil Tour. Like if Diddy actually capitalized off of what everybody was laughing about, and he come out dressed like the Diddler or something like that, people gonna go. And Diddy could turn it to a circus if he literally capitalized off of this. Like, okay, y'all know that I'm a freak boy. Okay, y'all know that I'm. You know what I mean? You already know the cat is out the freak off bag. Pure Bible.
Yeah, everybody know.
So if Diddy turns it to a freak off concert or the freak off tour, and they come out and then they somebody be doing a lap dance with the baby oil, pouring the baby oil all on the Punisher. Did he have all the male dancers, the male S workers? They come out dancing behind him like Chris Brown, Pure Survival, talking about you don't know what you did. You know what I'm saying? Imagine now, keep it real, y'all. Put a one in the chat if Diddy did a concert like that. Wouldn't y'all want to go? Put a two in the chat if you wouldn't want to go. I'm talking about if it's just a wild, complete circus type of concert. If he went, look, people got a one in the chat. Y'all know that would be funny as hell. Listen, seeker of the truth, you got to think about the comedy woman. You know what I'm saying? And you love to listen to me talk crazy. So imagine that the concert, I'm thinking from a comedic standpoint, y'all. Pure survival. Y'all are thinking from, oh, he just horrible, oh, he a woman beater, da da da. Don't think about it like that, y'all. Trust me, there's more women beaters out there. You probably was talking to a woman beater last night. Pure survival. Your sister probably said, can you sit here with my brother-in-law till I go into the store? And you talking to your brother-in-law and he a whole woman beater. Pure survival. He been whooping your sister's ass, and you know it. So I'm just saying, if Diddy did a concert, and I mean a wild concert, like he literally hires the male S workers to dance with him. He get Chris Brown, because you know he gonna have to get celebrities to come out with him. Pure survival. Motherfuckers is gonna be in that bitch. I'm telling you. And it's just gonna be funny to me. I'm talking about the footage. What he gonna have TikTok? He gonna have motherfucking YouTube, all the damn platforms running these videos with this concert.
Often. What is going on at the Metropolitan Detention Center that you're saying you believe he's in danger?
So, he's a very public personality, and it was a very public trial. I think that there is always the risk that some people are going to be envious or jealous, maybe jealous that he might be going home before they do. And so, I think it's been more challenging for the outstanding staff at the MDC to kind of step up, do the things that they need to do to keep Mr. Combs safe. And they've been doing that. And they've been outstanding with us. And I know that they get their, more than their share of grief from time to time, but they've been very, very good with us and very, very good with Mr. Combs. And I really appreciate the way they've handled things. But it's
Have you brought that issue up before, though, or is this something that had been building because
And I think that Diddy Glover is going to hire Ormond Wiggins to come out and be one of the dancers. You seen Ormond Wiggins dipped in baby oil outside of the courthouse after his verdict, pure survival. You don't think all of them gonna be there? Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Tisha Tells and her two little tiny little bodyguards. You better believe she gonna be in that motherfucker outside of the Madison Square Garden, pure survival, with her camera phone set up. Tisha gonna be out there. Yes, we are live outside of Diddy's Freak Off Party concert. He is in there committing crimes. I'm telling you, he is in there doing everything, y'all. Diddy is in there committing. Where is the feds? I hope the feds are watching, because I am fresh as hell in my mind. So I hope the feds are watching. Diddy is at his first concert, and I know he's in there committing violence. He's in there assaulting Cassie. Cassie ain't even at the concert, but Tisa tells to be right outside there. I'm telling you, y'all can't picture this shit.
But they've been very, very good with us and very, very good with Mr. Combs, and I really appreciate the way they've handled things. But it's
had
a
you brought
challenging
that issue up
situation.
before, though, or is this something that had been building because of recent incidents you talked about in your document? You said that there was an inmate that was stabbed just above Combs. So help us understand sort of from September of 2024 to now how things have changed and why that's something that you brought up.
I think that's largely the other stabbing. I think is largely anecdotal. I don't know that has anything to do with our case or Mr. Combs. I think it does not have anything to do with it.
Okay.
But what I've seen, and what he tells me is that it's a little different ever since the verdict. And maybe,
See, so ever since the verdict, sweetheart, inmates have been jealous of Diddy Glover because they know Diddy Glover is about to go home. You know what I'm saying?
They don't want to see that.
They don't want to see that. And then somebody got stabbed right next to Diddy Glover's freak off cell.
Oh, dang.
Yes, that's what they're talking about. So yeah, man, y'all gotta get them likes up. Listen, I love trolling the fact that Diddy Glover is getting time served. I don't care when people call me a Diddy Glover lover. I am a comic, goddammit, pure Bible. I am not the prosecution. I am not here trying to get somebody hung like a jury. You know what I'm talking about?
it does not have anything to do with it.
Okay.
But what I've seen, and what he tells me is that it's a little different ever since the verdict, and maybe it's because he's
Good or bad?
a little more tense, not from the staff, but from certain people, other inmates. And so, I think that there are a lot of people who really support him among the inmate population. I think a lot of inmates take faith and heart in the fact that someone has won. I mean, all they really tend to see is they lose. You go to trial and you lose and you lose.
And that's another thing that can make the inmates jealous, because they're looking at Diddy Glover, Diddy bopping back to his freak off cell, pure Bible, and he's like, I beat the feds. Everybody else in the jail lost to the feds. So they looking at Diddy Glover like freak off lunch meat, pure Bible. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they see. And so the fact that Mr. Combs won his trial largely, not completely, of course, I think is seen as giving everybody a little bit of hope. That being said, I think that there's lots of different ways people can feel.
What about this consistent thread that Judge Submaranian continues to say? The judge has said the first time when he denied bail that there was an issue of violence and coercion. And he used those same words this week. Your thoughts on that?
So my thoughts are, he was convicted of he was acquitted of coercion. I mean, that was the sex trafficking count, and a jury of 12 New Yorkers acquitted him of that. Now, I don't think that is going to play a role at the sentencing because he's being sentenced on straight prostitution. But
did y'all just hear what he just said? So everybody that keep talking about this Cassie video, Diddy's getting 1,000,000 years, pure survival, he just said it's not going to play an effect at Diddy Glover's freak off sentencing because Diddy is only getting sentenced for prostitution, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
For prostitution. That's why I feel like Marc and them cool. Do you notice that Diddy Glover's lawyers are going on a damn marathon?
Yeah.
Did you see the black one, right?
Yeah, we ain't seen none of the jury say not even a word.
Damn, that's a good point. The jury haven't even spoke out yet.
They're supposed to be talking, singing, and cashing out.
But they're probably writing books right now during survival. They're probably writing books. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, like I said, smash that like button. He's letting y'all know Diddy is about to get out, y'all. That's why they all going out speaking right now. They're talking real nice. Oh, the judge is being great. Da 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 da. You know what I mean?
New Yorkers acquitted him of that. Now, I don't think that is going to play a role at the sentencing because he's being sentenced on straight prostitution. But in terms of
the violence, though, which you acknowledged in court when you opening statements, not from you but Tenny, this is not about racketeering conspiracy. Was there domestic violence? Absolutely, no question. You own that.
We owned it. We owned it then. We own it now. I mean, I said it in the closing, and I say it now. You know, that it's large. It's in the past for the most part.
And y'all see that? We all, even Diddy Glover's lawyers, we all acknowledge that the man was very violent in his past. Pure survival. We admit and acknowledge that Diddy Glover was on demon time. We admit that. The only thing that I told y'all, and I stand with it after going to the trial, that Diddy Glover was not a RICO person. I couldn't see it. You got to make money off of the prostitutes. You can't just sit in the corner and be choking on your Roku remote with an R. Kelly mask on, staring at the man's tasty cakes as he power drive your woman. Pure survival. Diddy wasn't making no money off doing that. That was his freaky dicky shit that he's into. You know what I'm saying? So I'm only distinctively speaking on this trial itself. You know what I'm saying? And did you see Queen's live earlier? Shout out to her.
No, I didn't see Queen.
Yeah, I read Queen's caption.
What did Queen say?
She put up there, "I'll be sure with your line on Diddy shit again."
Oh, wow.
Yes, she did. And I meant that I put play on it because I'm like, all right, I'm gonna watch this later.
Oh, I gotta be.
You know what I mean? So shout out to her. Like, she's saying, "I'll be sure you lying." So I got to hear this, and I know she, you know, like you said, she's intelligent. So man, it's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, there's one event that happened in the summer of 2024 where the woman called Jane admits that she provoked, you know, something that ended up being violent on both sides. His relationships were toxic.
And look, let me make this clear. Don't try to get mad at me, y'all. I don't know if I'll be sure is telling the truth or not. You know what I'm talking about? But I met her. You know what I'm saying? And she's like a believable person.
Queen, yeah.
Yes, Queen. So, you know what I'm talking about? I don't know, I'll be sure. You know what I mean? So if Diddy has something to do with Kim Porter, I feel like God will come and punish him at the time he's supposed to be punished if Diddy has something to do with that. So I'm not speaking on that. I'm speaking on the fact of this case and this case alone. The case that the feds brought that they knew damn well that them girls was not no victims. They were freak off mermaids, and they're out getting their cheeks clapped as I talk to y'all right now. Pure survival.
I think he's not proud of that. You know, there was mutual violence, but that doesn't excuse a man being violent toward a woman ever. And we never said that it did. And so at the end of the day, he started seeking help, counseling. He was in a program before he was arrested in this case. He was productive. He was going, you know, I'm in touch with the people in the program. And I think that when he gets out, he's going to start that again. I mean, the programming at the end.
Now, and I will admit to y'all, definitely, you're supposed to try to act like you're a changed person and get in your super changed person thing when you go to jail. So that is baloney about, look, Diddy was going to therapy before he went to jail. Diddy was having freak off and like on some crazy shit before he got locked up. Let's just be honest about that. I'm not going to sit there and lie. You supposed to go to classes and therapy and shit like that when you get caught. So I'm not going to sit there and agree with Marc on that. But I do think that Diddy learned his lesson for sure, because the man never been in jail before. Pure survival. I believe Diddy is traumatized. Diddy's going to be scared of his own shadow when he get out of jail. That's why when people keep saying, oh, everybody's life in danger, the feds is going to be watching every move that Diddy Glover make. Pure survival. That man think he about to go to Madison Square Garden. And if Diddy think he could go up there and do it, I want Diddy to go to do Madison Square Garden. Pure survival. Because I know I'm going to go to the concert and I'm going to get all the damn footage. Pure survival. I'm going to troll King Kongs, all of them. I'm going to the concert so I can bring the footage to y'all. It's going to be hilarious. Pure survival.
It's really almost non-existent. So we've put together, you know, therapists and people who go in and speak to Mr. Combs. And
how often?
Every 2 weeks. I mean, it's pretty regular, and we did it during the trial, but before the trial as well. And so and I think it's helpful. I mean, I think it's what he needs. I mean, I was in the DA's office when I was 25 years old, and
That's right. That's right, y'all. Everybody get them lights up. We up tonight, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody just felt like, oh, Donald not gonna pardon Diddy. That's still in the air. I'm not gonna give up the fact that I believe Diddy is gonna get time served too. Not only am I hearing it from the lawyer's energy, but I think that that's what they're gonna do. I think that's exactly why they kept denying his bail all them times, because the judge know that he can't give Diddy too much time at that sentencing date. You know what I'm saying? So y'all better get prepared for Madison Square Garden. It's gonna be a freak off in the Bronx.
so this is a well-worn path, in the criminal justice system of men being violent with their domestic partners. And I think the best way to deal with it is therapy, counseling. A lot of times their partners don't want them to go to jail. They want them to get help. They want them to get better. They want them to be the men that they fell in love with.
And I want to hear the females out there lie about that. Now, when he just said there's so many men in domestic violence situations, like where they can't keep their hands to themselves, just like women too, but let's just speak about men in particular. There's so many women that don't even want the man to go to jail. There's a man who put their hands on you right now. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? You kept going back to that man, pure survival, with hopes that he was getting help, hope that he was getting therapy. So don't just try to act like you don't know nothing about that. When you done forgave a man for backslapping your ass, pure survival.
System of
And I'm
men.
not saying it's right to do. I'm just saying females be going back to the motherfuckers. They go to the jail and visit the man after they put him in jail. I know what the hell I'm talking about. I've seen it with my own wives. I'm like, how's y'all get? And then the dudes be just as dumb. They'll get back with the girl who put him in jail. Pills of awful. Like,
Being violent with their domestic partners. And I think the best way to deal with it is therapy, counseling. A lot of times their partners don't want them to go to jail. They want them to get help. They want them to get better. They want them to be the men that they fell in love with. And that's really what I want for Mr. Combs.
When's the last time you spoke to him?
Mr. Combs?
Yes.
Today.
What did he say?
We were just talking about, sentencing and some of the questions you're asking about, what does the judge's ruling on bail, how does that relate to sentencing? And I
you
explained
see
to him,
that? So all Mark is talking to Diddy Glover about is the sentencing date. Telling Diddy Glover, look, don't even worry that they denied the bond. Don't worry about it. Sentencing date, you going to boogie night. And you're gonna have this epic freak off concert at Madison Square Gardens.
and that's really what I want for Mr. Combs.
When's the last time you spoke to him?
Mr. Combs?
Yes.
Today.
What did he say?
We were just talking about, sentencing and some of the questions you're asking about, what does the judge's ruling on bail, how does that relate to sentencing? And I explained to him it really is two completely different things, and it's two different sort of bodies of laws and rules. So, the bases by which a judge can keep someone in jail are very different than the bases on which the judge sentences the person.
Do you speak to him every day?
Every day, several times a day.
Does he know you're doing this interview?
I think he does, but not from me.
Okay.
I think he was told.
Is there anything that he can say that he wanted to get through, because you are now speaking more publicly about the case and just sort of what's next? But maybe a better question, what is it that Sean Combs wants people to know? Because he's, limited to what he can say.
Yeah. So he wants people to know that I think that he has reflected on the blessings that he's been given, on the imperfections.
So Diddy Glover is thankful for what happened, the outcome in the trial. He just want to get back home with his family and his children and his mother. Janice is probably 17,200 and something years old, pure survival. So he wants to get out to care for his mother and be with his children. Like most dudes that go to jail, you want to get out and be with your kids. Even if you ain't even, if your kids live 2 blocks away, you wouldn't even think about your kids on the street, pure survival. As soon as the dude get to jail, that's the first thing you say, oh man, I miss my kids. Nigga, your kids live 2 doors down from you when you was on the street, pure survival. You wouldn't even think about the motherfuckers. But that's the first thing dudes say. Like, damn, I miss my kids, or I miss my baby. You know what I mean? So whether he's, being sincere or not, but these are the things that you're gonna want if you ever get confined. And I'm not telling you to go do it, but you're gonna want these things. The small things is gonna matter to you the most. But yes.
Wants people to know that I think that he has reflected on the blessings that he's been given, on the imperfections that I think he sees in himself, just like we all have. I think he wants to be a better, more present father than he's ever been. I think he wants to start small. I think he wants to get out of jail, reestablish, a loving, present relationship with all of his 7 children. He wants to take care of his mother. His mother is she's going to get mad at me. She's getting older, but she's beautiful and fashionable as always. But he wants to get back in his life. I think the larger goals are down the road. Does he want to get back into music? Does he want to get back into business? I think he's someone who is always going to strive to do something, exceptional and probably demanding and challenging. But I think the most demanding and challenging thing in front of him right now is to get back with his kids and get back with his mother and the people.
And Diddy's gonna want to be in the studio immediately, but I guarantee you, y'all, Diddy gonna be so scared to work with anybody. Think about that. You seen what Little Rodney did to Diddy Glover, Pure Survival, and I think that they had an affair, a consensual affair. But Diddy's gonna be so scared that somebody gonna say, "Look, Diddy touched me the wrong way," or Diddy tried to clap my cheeks in the studio. He gonna be scared to even deal with people for real, for real.
Love him and miss him.
So he's talked to you about getting back into music if he's
no. Honestly, he has not.
Okay.
One thing he said when he's going to be back in Madison Square Garden.
He said that.
He did. He said to me he's going to be back in Madison Square Garden.
Doing what?
I guess being on stage.
Y'all see that? So Diddy Glover plans to be back in Madison Square Garden. Who is going to the concert? I know people just want to say, no, I would never go to the concert, just for that to be the first answer. But as I told y'all, I look at it as comedy. You know what I'm saying? For whatever people feel that Diddy did to Cassie, which gave her $30 million, she got generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? And for things that she done on her own consensual, pure survival, the man already did a year in jail. When people keep saying, well, Diddy ain't gonna get no time. How much, motherfucker, I've been in jail all this time. That's why I'd be crazy when people are like, so Diddy ain't gonna get no time? Where the hell do y'all think the dude was at for the last year? Pure survival. The motherfucker already been in jail for a year already. People sit there acting like he never went. Like he's what's that dude name? The dude that look like a Halloween mask. Abercrombie and Fitch. He's never went to jail. Oh, Diddy already did a year already, pure survival. But I'm telling y'all, from a comedic standpoint, I think Madison Square Garden would be crazy if Diddy, because he planned to come out and get on stage. So Diddy Glover, if anybody in your family watching this, I feel like you should get on stage and make an announcement in front of the whole world. Do what Jaden Smith did. You remember Jaden Smith bursted out of nowhere and said, Tyler, the Creator, that's my boyfriend. Look, here you go. He's trying to hide under the table. Tyler, the Creator, that's my boyfriend. I know y'all didn't know that he go that way, but me and him been going together since we was in kindergarten, pure survival. I feel like if Diddy does that, if Jaden Smith was able to come out like that and just burst out screaming on TV and said he had an affair with Tyler, the Creator, and Tyler, the Creator, was so embarrassed. That motherfucker was ducking. He tried to hide. He pulled up his mask. Tyler to come get from under that table. You know what I mean? And you know that boy Tyler, the Creator, can actually rap.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Like, I heard him. Like, the motherfucker actually sound good. Pure survival.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, he can actually rap.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm going to keep it real. But, Anyway, shout out to everybody. Kelly in the building. Y'all know I like the act of fool. I don't give a damn. Most hated in the building, my boy Diddy Glover. We surviving Diddy Glover. Dickie said free Diddy Glover. Yeah, I mean the funny thing is they said Diddy going to Madison Square Garden. Sister, man, look, shout out to everybody, y'all. For real, for real. Like, if you wanted Diddy Glover to pay a price, guys, he's already been paying a price. The man been in jail like for a whole year. And if anything that Diddy got away with, believe me, one person you can't get away from, well, one higher power, that is God. You know what I mean? So I'd rather let God deal with the situation. Somebody said, Hassan Campbell. Listen, we don't have any thigh oil in here. We don't have any oil for no thighs. But listening to Diddy Glover's lawyer and listening, look, he cracking up laughing. I am West Chin in the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But listening to Diddy Glover's lawyers, they're telling me what I'm getting out of it. Diddy Glover is going to get time served, guys. And one thing that y'all don't got to worry about, I'm definitely going to bring y'all the comedy, the moment, the day Diddy walk out of jail. Like we're going to go back to New York, right?
Yeah, I want to for his trial for the 3rd.
Well, for the sentencing.
For the sentencing, for the sentencing, October 3rd.
Yes, and I believe that's gonna be the day. Time served. And that whole courthouse gonna be packed. And motherfuckers that everybody that felt like, oh, Diddy was done for, and why he ain't doing no time? The judge gonna say, motherfucker, he already did time already. We gonna give him a bunch of probation. Anything he move, if he cough wrong, we taking him back. You know what I'm saying? They know what it is. But it's gonna be funny, guys. Yes, indeed. Jet, I'm definitely gonna keep it coming. I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping. I'm not tripping. You don't see no luggage. Pure survival. I'm not one of them people that just feel like, oh, damn, send this dude to the moon, give him life in prison. No, I'm not one of them people. I'm not a follower. I'm a leader. And Diddy Glover didn't pay me. Nobody paid me to change my view. When I didn't see no kids, all the things that they said that Diddy's supposed to done, and I didn't see none of that at the trial. Why would I be bandwagon hoping that this man get life in prison and do a whole bunch of years when we know he's locked up literally right now for buying male escorts? This is what he's locked up for. You know how many motherfuckers is buying prostitutes every day? Every day, B. They're not even doing 5 minutes in jail, B. Diddy ain't did nothing to me. I don't give a damn if they let him out. I care more to be able to bring good content to you guys. The man doesn't have life in prison, so no matter what, he's not gonna be in there forever. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, I'm going to Madison Square Garden. Me and my baby, we're loading up the car, honey. We're loading it up with nothing but baby oil. We're taking we're gonna take, them tubs, we're gonna fill them motherfuckers up with baby oil, and we're going to Madison Square Garden. It's gonna be crazy. Diddy Glover or Epstein list during survival. I heard. So is Donald Trump's toupee, but Donald ain't trying to talk about that though. You know what I'm saying?
He tried to
Brian in the building, Giggles in the building. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, we over here, we have fun over here, y'all. Like I said, I'm a comic. When I found out that there was no kids and none of that type of shit, and I found out this is a dude that's just three. Yeah, he's super nasty. That's on him. That thing. That's his thing. But these were all ex-girlfriends, guys. I'm sorry. So I couldn't look at the same. I was really on Diddy Glover's neck when it was about the kids. When he's supposed to allegedly had kids and come to find out with no damn kids. Pure Bible. I was on Diddy Glover's neck when he's supposed to allegedly try to kill Jamie Foxx. And then the clone Jamie Foxx said that he was just playing, that Diddy Glover never tried to kill him. So what the hell? Justin Bieber still defending him. Usher and Usher's Super Bowl skate still defending him. You know what I'm saying? What am I supposed to do? Making it a band. These motherfuckers found out that Diddy got found not guilty, and Chopper. And where's Chopper right now?
I know, right? Chopper had so much to say.
Chopper done got up and chopped off. I'm like, if these niggas ain't worried about it, why am I bandwagon hoping, hey, Diddy go to jail forever? Look, I don't give a damn.
Where's Sarah at too? Sarah was talking about
Sarah
doing this, doing that.
all these motherfuckers.
Chopper did debunk that though. Chopper did say that Sarah was a whole liar and the truth wasn't in her.
Right, everybody was trying to get some damn money. Yeah, I mean, it's just point blank period. I feel like God has the final answer, y'all. Look, he said Freddie P too. Shout out to motherfucker Ivan. Ivan made me forget about Freddie P and Freddie P's Twisties.
Yeah.
And Freddie P's Twisties. They thought it was over for the dealer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Now,
West 10, yeah.
yo, listen, I am West 10. I've been hearing people backtrack. Like even what's the boy name? I forget. He got the glasses. He used to be signed with Diddy. He was first coming out talking about him. I forget who am I talking about, y'all. They got the glasses. That kept talking about Diddy and Diddy did this and Diddy did that. He was signed to Bad Boy. No, he was signed to Bad Boy. He been on Cam Capone news and stuff like that. I just heard him recently come out, not G Depp. This was the one that was saying Diddy was putting stuff in people's drinks and all of that. He just came out and said, I knew that Diddy should have beat the case. That Diddy, they didn't.
Shine?
No, not even Shine. Who am I talking about? He got the glasses.
He wore glasses?
Yes, he look old than a motherfucker now. Pure survival. He was signed. Mark Curry. Shout out to Ivan. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Mark Curry is on Cam Capone News right now saying that he knew that Diddy shouldn't have got found guilty for what he got found guilty for. Cam Capone News was asking him, like, so what did you feel like Diddy should have been found guilty for? He kind of like beating around the thing. He talking about, well, the things that I feel like he should have, they never even brought it up in the trial. But you were saying all of this stuff before. I feel like they all was saying all of this stuff until it started looking like, damn, Diddy might beat this motherfucker.
Yeah, a bunch of ex-girlfriends rounded up. Could y'all imagine rounding up y'all's exes and they coming on the stand saying what they, what the relationship was like? I mean, even though what Diddy did was wrong, but that's what it was basically boiled down to it after I seen it and with my own two eyes when we went down to that courthouse, boots on ground. And it was nothing but a whole bunch of ex-girlfriends hollering, screaming, swinging snot.
Thank you for bringing that up. You make a very great point. Everybody that's in this chat right now, if 3 of your exes could get on the stand and say some things about your ass, how would you feel? If 3 exes, and you know damn well they lying like a motherfucker. Because some people can sit there and say, well, all my last 3 exes, they'll say something good about me. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about 3 exes that's bitter and mad that you're not with them no more, that you didn't want to be with them, that you moved on. Those ones. I'm sure, everybody still got some exes out there that if they want to be stand up to be able to say, no, that person was a good person. I'm the one who fucked that up. But I'm talking about you let 3 exes get on the stand and say, oh my God, and then let you be a super millionaire like Diddy Glover. Them 3 exes is going to try to cash out like a motherfucker. Yeah, Jamil put his hands on me. Jamil made me eat doodle. What the hell? What did you do? I mean, completely lie on you. You know what I'm saying? Pearl Flower said, I don't have exes. Oh my God, Pearl Flower.
Purple Flower must have been married for a long time.
Yeah, Purple Flowers got me thinking. Okay, so you said she must have been married for a long time. I'm trying to think of something funny. Anonymous said, all my exes is bitter. Shout out to motherfucking Anonymous. This Pan Glingo laughing about the doo-doo smell. Shaking my head. Worse than they did Robert. It's only, and he already destroyed my life without court. Please say pure survival. Pure survival.
He said post-survival.
Post-survival. Whatever that means. Post-motherfucker survival. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, man, anybody can tell whatever they want to tell you about you. Like, especially if you are an ex. You are a ex for a reason, not for the season. Pure survival. You know what I'm talking about? But I feel like Diddy Glover, listen, wait till the sentencing, guys. I'm just not gonna be surprised they say time served. I just want to crack up laughing and go to Madison Square Gardens. I want to go to Madison Square Gardens and I want to go see Diddy Glover live, y'all. Pure survival. I don't give a damn what nobody say. I'm gonna be the one to get the footage. It's gonna be hilarious. They gonna come out. I feel like King Combs, Diddy, they all come out in the 1996 shiny suits. They gonna come out with shiny suits with baby oil all on the motherfuckers. You know what I'm talking about? Because I'm telling you, if I was Diddy Glover, I would capitalize off of it. I would know everybody was making fun of me. So I'm gonna call my concert the Freak Off Tour. You know what I'm talking about? We're gonna be moonwalking on stage with the baby oil. I'm gonna get called Cisco. Cisco, what the hell you doing right now? You know what I'm talking about? Y'all niggas gonna make me. Y'all don't really run into the niggas. If you hear me say yeah. So Cisco, is you gonna perform with me? Yeah. I'm gonna get Cisco, and Cisco's Dragon.
What about Usher and the skates?
Usher, them Super Bowl skates, like how he was in Vegas.
Yeah.
But he was good in Vegas. I'm not gonna
Yeah, he
lie.
was
Pure
rocking them
survival.
skates.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna try to put that cherry, like he was coming close with that cherry. Like, you better not put that cherry in there, huh? Usher was going around putting cherries in people's mouths and shit. Pure survival. I'm dead serious. I said, don't come down this aisle, Usher. Don't go that way. God damn it. Straight up. They gonna say, look, Jamil, me and Usher wouldn't have been fighting over cereal. Man, that motherfucker wrestling at the concert. I'm trying to snatch this motherfucker skates off. Pure survival. Give me these goddamn skates. And that whole thing of cherries. Then I get booped in the back of my head by one of Usher's goddamn security guards. I'm laid out. My woman told my baby, get up, get up. I'm like, babe, what did you hit me for? She said, no, Usher's security knocked you the fuck out. But like I said, man, shout out to everybody, guys, man. You got to live, love, and laugh. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the hardest part of Diddy Glover's trial, we already got over that. So if anybody's still all out, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker just so extra upset and outraged. I can't believe this. We done already been through the whole motherfucker trial already. Pure Bible. No kids came out. None of that type of stuff. So cut it the hell out. We done found out that Cassie was damn stone cold whore. You got people on Vlad. Do you know the male sex workers are on Vlad TV exposing more than I knew about Cassie Ventura? Sweetheart.
Oh, I'm sorry. What'd you say, baby?
Look, she just was zoned out on me. Pure survival. She just zoned out on me, y'all. I'm like, what the hell just happened to her? She just zoned out on me. But Cassie Ventura, we done found out that these people was not all these victims. We found out it wasn't no kids and all of that. So I don't see why people is so upset about the man coming home. Like, I don't get that part. I'm like, God damn. And look, these people, this is one of Cassie's, this dude right here, one of the sex workers, sweetheart, was just on Vlad today.
Oh, for real?
Yes, talking about Cassie. It's like, how is Cassie still a victim in your eyes? Listen to the sex
At one
worker.
point, Cassie told you that her and Diddy were swingers.
Yeah, she did.
And what did she say exactly?
I just asked her. I said, you know, like, this is something because I couldn't believe it, Vlad. I couldn't believe this beautiful woman was into this. She was clearly young. I saw she was highly sexual, and I just saw how I had been around this situation with married couples so much, and I had a friend who was a swinger. I would go to swinger events with him, so I kind of believed her, and he and her were swingers. I knew they were definitely into the lifestyle, so I started talking to her about it, and she says, yeah, you know, we go to this club in DC and we go here in Miami. And then she actually started trying to ask me to go to clubs with her.
And how are you calling Cassie Ventura a victim still? Do you see this man with the Smurf outfit on?
He got the three-piece suit on.
The three-piece Smurf outfit on. This is one of the sex workers that said Cassie was with the shit.
because of Diddy's reputation, I was like, absolutely not. Hell no, I'm not going to no club with you.
Right, because after the freak off that Daniel was included in, now you know is Diddy.
Yes. Because Daniel told me, yes.
Exactly. So now you also know that's Cassie.
Yes.
So now you're like, okay, here's this very public couple because they're publicly together. They're going to the Met Gala and everything else like that. She signed a bad boy. Now you're into the situation. And I guess after you won the freak off competition, they made you feel like you're the only one.
Yes, they did. They told me I was the only one for years.
For years.
For years.
Do you hear this? They had a freak off competition. Pure survival. How can somebody feel like Cassie Ventura was a damn victim when they had freak off competitions during survival? You know what I'm saying? Listen what this man said that Cassie was doing.
Okay. And Cassie would film these freak offs?
Cassie was the one who would really direct Diddy to get the laptop. I never saw a phone. It was always a laptop, and it was a pink laptop, which I later learned was her laptop. But basically, the premise of it is she liked watching the videos later. And I actually watched her play with herself to a video of she and I having a freak off. She seemed like it was authentic. She masturbated.
Did you hear this?
Oh Lord, she
The-
was a freak of the century.
Cassie used to keep the freak off tapes and sit there and play with her taco meat.
Oh my God. Wow.
How can somebody still sit around and feel like this girl is this sad victim?
Oh my God.
She was a super freak.
The one who would really direct Diddy to get the laptop. I never saw a phone. It was always a laptop, and it was a pink laptop, which I later learned was her laptop. But basically, the premise of it is she liked watching the videos later. And I actually watched her play with herself to a video of she and I having a freak off. She seemed like it was authentic. She masturbated, squirted all over the bed, played with herself while she's watching the video. It was incredibly hot. I had to believe she was telling the truth if she just masturbated off of an old video. I never liked the videos. I told her, hey, listen, don't film me. Because what happens if these
Wow, so Cassie was such a freak that the boy told Cassie Ventura, don't film me. Get that camera out of my face. Pure survival. She all nasty laughing. Come on, I need some more pee in my eye. Please, can I get a large order of some piss in my eyeball? He didn't even want to be on camera. Like, it's usually the man that's trying to talk the woman to be on camera. No, Cassie was a damn savage.
video was incredibly hot. I had to believe she was telling the truth if she just masturbated off of an old video. I never liked the videos. I told her, hey, listen, don't film me. Because what happens if these leaks? No, don't worry about it. This is just for me and him. It's never going to be seen. We're going to delete it. So you can imagine when federal prosecutors told me they had me on 3 freak-off tapes.
Wow.
Really? Yeah, we had to lighten it a little bit because you're really dark, but it's you, Mr. Howard.
Was he filming it all or just her?
He would move it from time to time. Like, let's say she and I was engaged in sex and I might have been inside her because that was like the whole thing. Once we really got to the unprotected sex, she wouldn't even want me to pull out. It was like, hey.
Do you hear this? Wow. Cassie wanted the man to keep the wiener inside of the damn real. She didn't even want this man. He's stone cold raw inside of her. Herpes juice everywhere. Pure survival. And she wanted him to keep it inside of her. How is y'all, and I'm not saying y'all, but because I see salute to Dazzle Dollars. She even saying, wow, this is the stuff that they were hiding. This is what the male sex workers are saying.
Secret says, I hope he got some vouchers.
From time to time, like let's say she and I was engaged in sex and I might have been inside her because that was like the whole thing. Once we really got to the unprotected sex, she wouldn't even want me to pull out. It was like, hey, just leave it in there. You know, if you come, pick me up, carry me to another part of the room, have sex with me again.
Wow.
We actually created a game called Leave It In. Where yeah, bro, I'm telling you, like
wow. Oh my God. Sweetheart, did you just hear this? And this is the person that they were calling a victim. Pure survival.
Oh my God, this is
Cassie was playing a game with the male sex worker called Leave It In.
wow.
Like he had to leave the wiener inside of the kitty cat. Pure survival. And Oh my God.
Word.
They was crazy.
How long was the playing to leave it in game? I wonder.
He about to say how long it was. He said he had to carry her in the air to take her to another room. So they created the game called Leave It In. So he had to stand up and walk with that motherfucker. Pure the
You
Bible.
have to stand up in it.
He had to stand up in it and carry it around with his wiener still in her.
Oh
This is
my
crazy.
God.
If you come, pick me up, carry me to another part of the room, have sex with me again. We actually created a game called Leave It In. Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, like those inside those hotel rooms, it used to be some shit. I had to carry her around the room. If it fell out in any capacity, they would dock me. So for maybe
Wait. So some of the sperm leaked out.
no, if I slid out of her, meaning if I got soft and I slid out of her, she would dock me. So I would have to carry this talking to her. Like if Diddy's sitting in front of the couch with me, I have to have her like this and stay inside of her. If she wants
Wow.
to,
This is crazy.
So
This
did he lose? Did he lose the game?
sweetheart, I can't even listen no more. The man said he was getting doxxed. Like if he went limp and went soft inside of her kitty cat, then the game was over, I guess. And he got doxxed. Pure survival. They took money out of his paycheck, out of his freak off paycheck. I believe him, Miss Martin. I believe him. I believe him. Miss Martin, they said that the man let him be known. The feds got that man on 3 freak off tapes. So he can't just make this up. He's on Vlad TV. He really was one of Cassie's freak off people that she hired. You know what I mean? The truth, the cat is out of the freak off bag. You know what I'm saying? If he came too quick, yes. If he came, look, Optimus down, she's like, wow, yeah. So if you came too quick, game over. You didn't make it to the next freak off round. Pure survival. You know what I mean? In the next freak off round, I guess that's when Diddy gets up and starts saying weird shit like, oh, dear, hold her to the side, daddy. Yeah, I like how you scrambling and scraping right now. Hold it to the side, daddy. Don't drop her. Don't drop her. Don't drop her. Like, man, this is crazy, guys. But like I said, is that a crime? My whole thing was just letting it be known. And shout out to Vlad TV. Because Vlad TV's been saying from the beginning that this was not no damn Rico. This was a Freako. You know what I'm saying? It's not a crime to be disgusting. It's not a crime to be disgusting. If Diddy Glover wants to be disgusting and put mayo all over his boobs, then that's on him. You know what I'm saying? That's not our thing, but that's on him during survival. Yeah.
Hey,
Oh my God, what the hell is he playing?
truth about the whole thing is they really don't stand up in it.
I think she
Hey.
playing a song called Stand Up In It.
Thought he was the world's greatest lover. Hey.
Thought he was the world's greatest lover.
Time up. He was just a 5-minute brother.
Just a 5-minute brother. Pure survival.
To lick it. Ooh, he used to stroke it.
All right, you turn it off because it's starting to sound like you're dissing me. It's like, no.
So damn good, I gotta put it in my pipe and smoke it. Hey.
Look, y'all can't even, I don't know if y'all can hear it, but look, am I getting it? Am I really doing it? Am I getting it?
You went in that song. Stand up in it. That's the song he was playing.
Y'all hear it?
You got to stand up in it. Thought he was the world's greatest lover. Hey.
Diddy Glover, Madison Square Garden is coming soon. October 3rd, we will be at the sentencing. Diddy Glover is going to get time served, guys.